Tales of Iron 2: Whiskers of Winter. This sequel is in many ways a newer carbon copy of the original Tales of Iron with the same flaws instinct. My biggest gripe remains unchanged. I desperately want to love this game given my affinity for Souls-like indie studios and animal protagonists. It should, by all logic, be a slam dunk. Yet, just like its predecessor, the aspects it excels at are overshadowed by persistent shortcoming, leaving me feeling more let down than enthralled. From the outset, the game repeats large portions of the original storyline. Once again, you're the newly crowned Red Monarch, your kingdom has been razed, and you must rebuild it by rescuing various vendors and forging alliances across the land, eventually gathering enough might to confront the antagonist clan. This time your allies and enemies include the Bad Clan, alongside the returning frogs and moles, as well as a few newcomers like Merrymaid and Vultures. This narrative is serviceable but lacks the novelty that made the first game charming. Visiting the underground Mole Kingdom in the original was far more engaging than anything the sequel offers. Fortunately, this writing still shines with the clever red puns, amusing dialogue, and an overall that elevates it above similar titles. Combat 2 mostly echoes the original but introduces a few tweaks. Some welcome, others frustrating. The moment-to-moment gameplay remains slow and somewhat clunky, yet now there are rudimentary magical abilities that at least provide some variety, and elemental weapon enhancements that play out the rock paper scissors against the enemy weaknesses. Unfortunately, enemies also wield these elements, which translates to irritating area of effect attacks that stun you if you stand in them for more than a second or two. Every element, fire, ice, poison, electric, causes the same stun effect, and is both thematically dull and aggravating in tower fights. It's a decent idea in theory, but its execution is opposite of fun. This segues into my biggest complaint. The difficulty curve is relentless in a way that doesn't feel satisfying. You begin with so little health that nearly every enemy can one or two shot you. Coupled with the oppressive stun mechanic, you'll often die before you can recover. The painfully slow healing mechanic exacerbates the issue. Healing from near death can take 15 seconds or more, and at maximum health your Estus Flask equivalent won't even restore your fully once. In the meantime, bosses frequently spawn leaps across the screen with awkward hitboxes, so half the challenge feels more about the coping with the design quirks than honing your skills. Even outside the boss fights, constantly having to run back of the nearest healing despair because the pinches expectantly don't restore your health. Further breaks and the forward feels like a clumsy design. That said, the sprinting is a welcome addition for general traversal. While the fast travel is improved with more scene posts, it still isn't enough to remedy the impedance of the backtracking. A direct fast travel option from the map would have been a huge help, since manually circling the world veers into far too quickly. A grappling hook appears here and there, adding the occasional spark of excitement, but it's entirely scripted with no room for experimentation or creativity. Side content doesn't fare much better, often boiling down to rehash boss fights, sometimes just reskinned version of what you already faced. Typically, you chip away at the boss health, watch it flee to another location on the map, chase it and repeat. The rewards rarely feel worth the hassle, and I quickly lost interest. All that said, the game still offers a stunning visual experience. The art style is easily one of the most impressive I've seen in a 2D platformer lately. Character designs are meticulous, and the backdrop art exudes so much craft and care. The developers clearly poured their hearts into the project, and the passion is evident. Sadly, as was the case of the Tales of Iron, I can't bring myself to truly love it. While Tales of the Iron 2 represents a slight improvement overall, the clunky combat and unsatisfying gameplay sap most of the enjoy from what otherwise could have been an audiovisual triumph. I wish that the team had taken more creative risks rather than delivering what often feels like a reskinned expansion. I'll still root for its success. This talented studio deserves recognition, but ultimately it just isn't for me. On the side note, I encountered a soft lock early on. I was farming a bug for healing right as the cutscene triggered, causing the character to loop infinitely in the farming animation until I first closed the game. It was the only major bug I ran into, but it speaks to some remaining policy issues. So this review has ended, and guys, don't forget to tap notification to not miss any videos, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Bye.